Okay, this example we're going to look at is exponents ratio of power. What common error made is multiplying the power by the coefficient. So a lot of students make a mistake by multiplying 5 times 3 to get 15, right? And you can't do that. So what I want you to do is, first thing you're going to do is look at expression, and any term that doesn't have a power, you know it has an exponent of 1, right? So any term that doesn't have an exponent, you know it has an exponent of 1. So 5 has an exponent of 1, and so does B. After you've written all the exponents, then you can multiply by the power of 3. And so you distribute. So you're going to have 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 1, and 3 times 4. So let's go ahead and do that. So in this case now you have 5 to the power of 3, because 1 times 3 is 3. A to the power of 6, because 2 times 3 is 6. B to the power of 3, because 1 times 3 is 3. And C to the power of 12, because 4 times 3 is 12. Okay? But this is not the final answer, because here we have 5 raised to the power of 3. That can be simplified further. 5 to the power of 3 is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. So your final answer will be 125, A to the power of 6, B cubed, C to the power of 12. All right? So make sure you do not leave any coefficient ratio of power as your final answer. Simplify that. So let's look at some more examples. All right, let's look at 2 times C raised to the power of 3, D times F raised to the power of 3, and that is Q. Okay? So my first step is to, if there any term in expression that doesn't have an exponent written, I'm gonna write 1 there, because they have a power of 1. So when that's done now, I can go to distribute. So that will give me 2 to the power of 3, which is 1 times 3. C to the power of 9, because 3 times 3 is 9. D to the power of 3, because 1 times 3 is 3. And F to the power of 9, because 3 times 3 is 9. All right? Now, 2 cubed can be simplified further. 2 cubed can be written as 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So that will give me 8 times C to the power of 9, D cubed times F to the power of 9. Okay? Now let's look at a more difficult one. Let's look at this one. 4 times A to the power of negative 2, B to the power of 3, and C, all that is raised to the power of negative 3. Okay? Again, I am going to look at my expression, and any term that doesn't have an exponent, I'm going to put 1. So 4 gets a 1, and C gets a 1. Now I can distribute. That's going to give me 4. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3 times A. Negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6 times B. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9 times C. And 1 times 3 is negative 3. Okay, now This is not my final answer because I have negative exponents. And remember, if we have negative exponents, we have to simplify further and make them positive. So if it has a negative exponent, we're going to bring it to the bottom of the expression. So I'm going to draw a line. Okay. Now, that is going to go to the bottom. This stays where it's at because it's a positive 6. This goes to the bottom because it has a negative 9. And C goes to the bottom because it has a negative 3. Okay? So that's going to give me 4Q. The A to the 6 stays in place because that is a positive exponent. B to the 9 goes to the bottom, and so does 3. As you see, I flip the sign on the exponent. It is 4 cubed now. It is B to the positive 9 and C to the positive 3. But I'm not done yet because 4 cubed can be simplified further. Okay? 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. So my answer is going to be A to the 6 over 64 times B to the 9 times C cubed.